Welcome back to the podcast. Happy New Year. We are back. I definitely took January off. We didn't upload any episodes in January. So I am choosing to start my new year in February. So happy New Year. Today's the last day in January. Tomorrow is February 1st. And I don't know about you guys, but gone are the days are the gung ho New Year's, right? Like, let's go, new me, who dis, let's roll, all the goals, all the motivation, right? And then I think it's the 12th or the 14th of January. It's actually called like Quitter's Day. It's like the day that everyone went out the gate too fast and got exhausted and burnt out and went back to their old ways because it was easier, right? And yeah, definitely felt that this year. Was just like, nah, I have some things to work on, right? I talk a lot about the workouts and the work-ins. I had a lot of work-ins I've got to do. And I actually just recorded an episode with Dr. Erin Pollinger that will air probably within the next couple of months. So if you're listening to this episode, like right when it comes out, it's not there yet, but it will be. And this is all on manifesting magic and tapping into that feminine receiving energy and all the different feminine avatars that, are part of who we are as women. And yeah, I share a lot on that episode about what I've been going through since like end of December to end of January. So if you want to tap into that, get ready for that episode. Or maybe if you're listening to this episode later, it's already available. It's going to be called Manifesting Magic and Feminine Power, something along those lines. Anyways, I couldn't push the gas. It was time to push the brakes. And I'm grateful that I have a wonderful assistant that still provided lovely clips on social media and all the things so that I can continue to show up and be that presence online. But from a creative perspective, it was much more about nurturing myself and creating a better relationship with me rather than needing to go out and use the new year to promote something and all of that. I just didn't feel that this year. So anyways, here we are. Happy New Year. Today we're talking all about our word for 2025. If you've been following me for a while, you know that we don't do New Year's resolutions around here, right? We choose words of the year. And I love this so much better because our word of the year can transcend into so many other areas of our life, right? It doesn't have to be a New Year's resolution that's so fixated on one thing like our health and losing weight. It's like, what word do I want to embody while I'm on the journey of pursuing better health, while I'm on the journey of pursuing better connections and relationships, right? It's like, what word can I use no matter where I'm showing up and what container, right? And that's what I love about words of the year because, yeah, you get to utilize them in so many ways. And we're in 2025, so 24, 23. In 2023, I had two words, grateful and growth. Grateful growth were the two words I had. And then last year, I think I've done episodes about this also. I for sure did one last year. So I'll link the episode to last year's word of the year episode, but I might have done one the year before as well. I can't remember. And then last year, I had two words as well, integrity and endurance. Integrity and endurance. And then this year, I was really thinking about, what I always feel like your word of the year chooses you, right? When you think too hard about it, it's like, yeah, you just think too hard about it, right? So I was I had just finished up a detox and cleanse in December. I had just finished another round of combo and I just knew the word was going to come to me. And the first one that I thought of was actually like trust, because I felt like I needed something just reminding me to pump the brakes and trust that what's best is coming on its way to me. But then as I started gearing up for this next part of my journey, which I just had a root canal removed, I had a root canal done when I was 19 years old. And I have been doing a lot of research on oral health and, what was shoved up in my mouth when I had that root canal. And I was doing a lot of research on Chinese medicine and meridian points. And my close friend Austin had gone through the same procedure like 6 or 7 years before. So I was getting ready to get the root canal removed. And I felt like I needed a bit more of a word with umph. I didn't feel like trust had enough umph in it, just at least for my nervous system, right? When you know, right? When it resonates with you, it resonates with you. So anyways, I was like hanging out with Chat GPT and typing in different things and trying to explain what type of word I wanted. I wanted something different, right? So the word I chose for this year is valiant. And I wrote here in my journal, my word for 2025 is valiant. And I wrote like little bullet points about what this word meant to me. And I got these bullet points just by looking at the definition, looking at all of the different, root words and where they derive from, right? Just kind of geeked out a little bit. But what I wrote down is that valiant means brave and trusting. And in Latin, valiant means to be strong. And I also wrote boldness with a sense of purpose. And I also wrote warrior energy. Facing challenges in the presence of fear, pursuing dreams, shining light and providing guidance. And so for me, valiant had, when I wrote here too, in Latin, valens means to be strong and to be worthy. So I felt like there was warrior energy and worthiness energy to this word. And then I also live in Utah. So actually I got a DM from this one girl that was like, hey, what does valiant mean to you? Because I grew up in the Mormon church and valiant is like a word that we use, in the context of that. And she's no longer in the Mormon church. It's a whole different story, but like just in general, right? Then I realized that a lot of what I was looking up, valiant, it showed up in a lot of websites for like nuns and in monastery stuff. But I was like, fuck it. Like I can make this word whatever it wants. To me, valiant is that warrior, worthy, ripple, shining bright energy, right? Not holding back, right? Not being gung ho, let's go, look at me, but like not holding back your truth, your full expression of yourself, the tenacity to get to those next points, valiant energy in the pursuit of growth of who you need to become in order to achieve what you want to achieve, right? So that's my word of the year. But yeah, I really encourage you to choose a word of the year if you haven't already, right? Right now, I can ask myself, what does it mean to be valiant in the gym, in my friendships, in my romantic relationships, in my family relationships, at work, as a leader, as a podcaster, as Lunden, as a neighbor, right? Like we get to ask ourselves, how would valiant show up in this situation? What would valiant do here, right? And that's why I love words of the year so much better than the New Year's resolutions, is because you're not pigeonholed into one area of your life for the whole year, right? This word can transcend and move with you and flow with you. So yeah, I just want to encourage you to do that, right? To choose a word that resonates with you and become it, live it, embody it. And yeah, I want to make this episode short and sweet because I think more of the rest of this episode is your work, right? It's your ability to take this information and choose something. And I want to hear it. So send me a DM on Instagram at LifeLikeLondon. If you're on my email list, then you can also hit reply to any of the emails I send you, and you can share your word of the year, tell me about it, what it means to you, why you chose it. I've posted a lot on social media last month at the end of the year of just like, what's your word of the year? And there were so many good ones, right? And I'm such a fan of vocabulary and communication and words. So it's always nice to, of course, get to know you more and know what you want to embody. But also I love learning new words and getting excited about, new language. I think it's really beautiful. Happy New Year. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here. Choose your word of the year. Share it with me. Share it with a friend. Encourage others around you to do the same. And we will see you at the next episode.